What is going on, guys? Taylor Super with SharpSportsNetwork.com, bringing you some of my favorite plays for this Monday 11-game NBA slate. Hope you guys had a good weekend, good NFL Sunday. I know we smashed NBA last night. NFL main slate went well, and also the showdown last night. Joe absolutely killed it. We had a ton of Aaron Jones captain, and yeah, man, we crushed it. Come check us out at Sharp Sports Network. I will be live streaming today on Twitch at 4 p.m. Central Time, 2 hours before lock, breaking down some of my favorite plays, going more in depth, more behind the box score, because a lot of these plays are beyond just looking at the box scores and stuff, to really understand what's going on with rotations and why players are doing well, why players are doing bad. I'm going to talk about some of them today in this video, and then I'll more extensively do it tonight on my Twitch stream. So link is in the description. Go ahead and go follow us over there if you would. Twitch.tv/Sharp Sports Network. If you want to enter for a free NBA season pass, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, and then comment below with your favorite player of the day, selecting a winner every single Monday, which is today. So if you guys entered last week, make sure to go to the stream to see if you guys won. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So right when we look at the all the games today, one of the games just stick out more than the other. One is not like the other, and that's this Bulls and Knicks game. We got two of the fastest teams in the league. We look over here at NBA, the advanced analytics, the pace of these teams. The Knicks are the 6th fastest team in the league, and the Bulls are the 10th fastest. It's kind of similar to what we had last year, but this is through 3 games, so obviously a small sample size. But I do think that moving forward, these are going to be 2 of the fastest teams in the league. We know both of them are very, very woeful on defense. So you want to target players in this game with a spread of only 1, literally 1. So this game should be tight down to the end, and I'm going to be wanting to get some value plays in here, and I think that there are a lot, because if you look beyond just the box scores, it's really, really enticing, because I'm really not one to figure out what David Fizdale's trying to do, but I do believe that it is a bit simpler than people are led to believe, especially with guys like Elfrid Payton and Mitchell Robinson. We saw the first game, Alonzo Trier got the start at point guard. It wasn't Dennis Smith. It wasn't Elfrid Payton. And then he played very, very awful. And then Elfrid Payton ended up getting the start in the second half. Ended up doing very, very well in those minutes. Then he got the start in the second game, and it was going well. He was playing well, but the team as a whole was just getting absolutely smashed. We saw that in the first half. He played 8 minutes 22 seconds in his first stint, 11 minutes in his second stint. So he played 19 and a half minutes in the first half. So he was on pace to play an absolute ton of minutes. But the Knicks were actually getting shit on by the Nets. Then he played a 4.5 minute stint here, and he just never came back into the game. Now you would think that's kind of worrisome, but which it kind of is, because the minutes aren't really secure. Like his role isn't cemented in there. But the only reason he didn't come back in the rest of the game was because the backups were on this super hot run, and they brought them back into the game. You see that as soon as he left, they went on an 8-1 run, a 6-0 run, a 15-2 run, and almost got them back into the game. Ended up losing the game by only 4 points, and it was looking like a blowout before then. So the second unit really brought them back into the game, and so that's why Elfrid Payton missed minutes. So I think that in a normal situation, he would have ended up playing a lot more minutes. And then with the same thing with Mitchell Robinson to an extent. His first stint was 6 minutes 40 seconds, picked up a foul there. And then his second stint was only he would have played the last 8 minutes of this half, and would have played 14 first half minutes, which is great, on pace for 28 minutes. That's a ton for Mitchell Robinson, because we know Mitchell Robinson since last year averaged 1.08 fantasy points per minute. This year through 2 games, he's averaged 1.55 fantasy points per minute. So great per minute player, just needs those minutes. And so he was doing great. He playing well, doing very, very well with fantasy production wise. And then in the second half, he picked up 2 quick fouls in the first 7 minutes, and so he ran into serious foul trouble. Already had 5 fouls halfway through the third quarter, and so he never saw the game the rest of the way, just because the second unit got hot and he was dealing with 5 fouls already in the third quarter. So his minutes got cut short, when in reality he would have ended up playing about 28 minutes, which is a ton for Mitchell Robinson, and that's what we're expecting. And if we look at the second game, it's a pretty similar situation. Elfrid Payton played 31 minutes, but the game blew out, so he missed the last 5 minutes and 52 seconds. So he would have played mid-30s minutes. That would be great for Elfrid Payton. We know he's an over a fantasy point per minute player, 1.04 fantasy points since last year per minute. And then with Mitchell Robinson, again, he was dealing with foul trouble. Now, we don't really put into I'm never really concerned with foul trouble, but he did pick up a foul in his first stint, and in the second stint he picked up 2 quick fouls, so his minutes got cut short again in the first half. Would miss out on 3 minutes and 22 seconds of play there, and then he ended up picking his 4th foul up just 1 minute and 41 seconds into the third quarter. Missed the rest of that quarter. They brought him back in, and it looks like he was going to end up closing the game, but the game blew out, so he missed the last 5 minutes. Now, we shouldn't really be concerned about a blowout in the game against the Chicago Bulls. The spread's currently only 1 point. So I think Mitchell Robinson, all things aside, if he can avoid foul trouble and the game stays close the spread implies, I think that Mitchell Robinson plays mid to high 20s in minutes. We know he's a very, very good per minute producer, and he's very, very cheap on DraftKings relative to how well he can do at 5.6K. Absolute ton of upside. Elfrid Payton, 5.1K. Elfrid Payton's one of my favorite plays of the day. I think Elfrid is safe in cash games, and in GPPs he just has immense upside. We know that this guy can put up triple doubles, has put up a ton in his career in just a short amount of time. Over here on Fanduel, he's 5.9K. Mitchell Robinson is very, very his price is kind of different on here at 6.8K, when you can get Steven Adams for 200 less, or Montrezl Harrell for 7.2K more. I prefer those guys more in cash games. Mitchell Robinson and GPPs at least has a lot higher upside. So I like those guys a good bit. Unfortunately, we don't have them over here on Fantasy Draft. That game's not on the slate. They're starting 30 minutes later. So if you want to start your slate 30 minutes later, make sure to come over here and play on Fantasy Draft. Rake-free experience when you use code Sharp Sports would really help us out. And if you're trying to become profitable, having no rake is something that's really going to help you out. And so another thing that we're going to have to talk about is these 76ers. Joel Embiid, it looks like this ankle injury could be ongoing. At first they said it was load management, and then it was an ankle injury, and then now this could be an ongoing thing. So if he misses again, obviously we're going to want to go back to the well with guys like Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Al Horford. All these guys are just way too cheap with Embiid off the floor. Now, if Embiid's playing, obviously they're priced appropriately, but if Embiid's off, it's taking a ton of usage off the court. And it's just leaving a lot for guys like Al Horford, especially, who moves to the 5, starting at the center. Being closer to the rim, you're bound to score more fantasy points than playing at the 4. More rebound opportunities, just more opportunities around the basket is going to lead to more fantasy points. I like Al Horford quite a bit tonight if we see that Joel Embiid's missing. He's only 12.1K over here on Fantasy Draft, and only 6.2K over here on Fanduel. Now or on DraftKings rather. He's just way too cheap on all the sites. They're about 1,000 too cheap for all of these players. Josh Richardson is only 5.3K. I like him. Just putting him next to Elfrid Payton is going to open up a ton of cap space, and I feel very, very confident in both those guys. If Joel Embiid misses this game, that's some news we're going to have to be monitoring throughout the day. And if you catch me on stream at twitch.tv/Sharp Sports Network at 4 p.m. Central Time, 2 hours before the slate locks, I will go over that with you guys, tell you my favorite plays after I do a full day of research and stuff like that. If you want to join the team, it's sharpsportsnetwork.com. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Taylor Stuber. Link is in the description. Going to be talking about how you guys can get a free NFL pass by doing something very, very small. Going to be announcing something a bit later over there on Twitter, so make sure to be following me. Best of luck today, and until next time, peace.